Hey guys, my final Pac Man World review. And I guess you didn't already guess what game it is. So Pac Man World 3 was released, and it was not made by the people who made the first two Pac Man World games. And I've never played this game, Pac Man World 3, and I'm not ever going to play it. The game has an incredibly low rep between fans, critics, the community of Pac Man. Nobody really likes it, so I don't have it, and so I figured, why should I buy it if nobody likes it? I doubt that many people want me to review it anyway. So, like, I'm just not gonna review Pac Man World 3. I mean, yeah. With that in mind, I just skipped it. So, the last Pac Man game I'm looking at is Pac Man World Rally, released in 2006 for the GameCube, PS2, and PC. Now, out of all the Pac Man games I've ever played, this was actually the first Pac Man game I ever played, no joke. I got it when it came out on the PC and played the hell out of it, and like 8 years later I'm playing it on the GameCube because I lost my copy. So Pac Man World Rally is, to my knowledge, the only Pac Man racing game besides Mario Kart Arcade 1 and 2. Now the game is similar to Mario Kart, and because it had some similarities, the game was bashed by many. But that's not what I'm looking at in this review. I'm looking at what the game actually has, and why I don't think it's a ripoff. So Pac Man World has no plot or story, really, any of that. It's just Pac Man and friends, and in this case, enemies racing. So Pac Man World, there are a few modes to talk about. Let me talk about the tracks and characters. The roster for this game is actually pretty decent. It has all the ghosts and the villains from the Pac Man World games. There's 3 Pac-Mans and even 3 other Namco characters, including Puka, Frygar, who are from Dig Dug, and even Prince from Katamari. When it comes to courses, they're also really well in terms of variety and how well they are designed. Majority of the locations are made up, but a few of them are from other Pac-Man games, and there's even a Katamari stage. So Pac Man World Rally has a good amount of distinct features that make it different from Mario Kart. The game's control itself is decent, and you can actually do turns really fast, which Mario Kart usually have to slow down or stop entirely. I mean, even with Mario Kart 8. The game is a drift mechanic where the longer you drift, the better you boost, similar to Mario Kart. Only the drifting in this game is actually pretty different. There's like 8 different types of boosts you can get, and when you're drifting, there's a bar at the bottom of the screen that fills up. When it fills up, you can use a Guardian, which blocks items and environment attacks. Speaking of items, they are here. They're pretty similar to Mario Kart. There's a green bomb, a red bomb, a black bomb, a blue bomb. There's just bombs. However, I would say they are mostly balanced in terms of all the items, and they can actually be dodged, and with the Guardians, they're even much better than Mario Kart. I mean, there is a blue shell, which is the blue bomb, but with the Guardian, it's fine. In every stage there's fruit. First you have to hit a switch to make the fruit come out. Then you have to find the said fruit. And these can be anywhere on the track. And then there's usually a door or something along those lines with the fruit on it. If you have the fruit, you can go through the door and it's a shortcut. This is actually really quite unique and cool and works really well with Pac Man and is really just quite good for Pac Man. Lastly, there are Pac dots on these courses. When you collect them, you fill up a meter on the side, and when it fills up, you turn into a Pac machine and the other racers become ghosts and you can eat them. However, the same thing can happen to you. With all these aspects, Pac Man World Rally I feel is a really actually pretty good racer, and it's a very strong kart racer. I mean, even Mario Kart, well, not Mario Kart 8. There's a time trial mode that I could give 2 shits about even after 8 years. There's a battle mode in the game which in single player really doesn't work. You get like guns and stuff, but I couldn't really. I'm not interested in that. I mean, Pac Man World Rally in general is actually just a pretty good racer. So let me talk about the graphics in Pac Man World Rally. The graphics I feel in Pac Man World Rally are pretty nice. I mean, the character models are pretty outstanding on all levels. I mean, even for when it came out. Pac-Man looks great, and so did the other characters. Even Puka and Frygar, who haven't even seen a 3D release up until probably now. And I just feel that the graphics are good, the textures are good, there was no frame rate problems, everything ran fine, smooth, looked good. The sound effects are really quite different from what you'd expect from a kart racer. The explosions sound weird, the drifting sounds cool, the guardians are cool, the sound effects made by the characters are just nice. Pac-Man sounds weird, there's no voice acting, which is probably for the better. Pac Man World 3 had that also. And I feel that the presentation was pretty good. Now, do I have any problems with Pac Man World Rally? Well, I have a few after a couple years of playing it. One is there's really not that much to do. I mean, there's no online mode because even on the PC version there was no online mode. And this was 2006 we're talking about. The battle mode, unless you have friends, is useless, and it seems like it was pretty well designed also. The time trials are useless, there's no unlocking, there's no point to even doing them. And the game, to be honest, maybe it's just me because I've been playing so long, but this game is far too easy. I mean, it is so easy, this game. I mean, I did Nightmare, the hardest difficulty in the game, with no problem. No problem. In Mario Kart on 150cc, I'd get my ass whooped. I mean, you're saying, yeah, oh, the bad AI and all that, but it was a challenge still. This game has nothing. The AI can't do shit. I mean, I find it just too easy, to be honest. But with all that said, I think Pac Man World Rally is still a pretty good kart racer. I mean, it's really cheap now. I mean, in fact, all these Pac-Man games are piss cheap. They're so cheap. Like, you can get them you could probably get all the Pac-Man games I've reviewed, these 3 Pac-Man games, probably for like $10 total. Seriously. It's that cheap. So if you are interested at all in any of these 3 games, you should probably just go check them out. It's much easier. I mean, this is a good kart racer. Sure, it's not as good as Mario Kart. Well, I think it's better than some of the Mario Karts, including the Game Boy Advance one. But I still think it's a really good game, Pac Man World Rally, and I mean, I still love it after all these years. I don't understand really why it was bashed, besides it being like Mario Kart, but overall, Pac Man World Rally is a good game. And that's my review of the 3 Pac Man World games, even though there's a third one that I'm not looking at. And I'll see you guys in my next request review, which I will have up soon, and that will be Deadpool. See you there.